Welcome back. It's Dr. Jennifer Bowney, better known as Doc Jen Fit, doctor of physical therapy, owner and founder of Gen Health, your one-stop for all aches and pains that you can freely search within our app and platform or follow a therapy plan for more continued guidance. Today, I want to run through a quick return to run protocol that you can use to test these 7 different things within your body. This was kind of guidelines that were put together in 2019, and they have been continued to come back to kind of assess where are you? What are you feeling within your body? And are you ready to return to run? Now, I want to just point out that returning to run postpartum shouldn't be something that we rush back into. We really need to focus on rebuilding our foundation, rebuilding our strength so that we can tolerate positions of running. It's a lot of impact on our body and our pelvic floor. So things that you want to be paying attention to is, are you having pain? Are you having heaviness? Do you feel like you're dragging? Do you feel like you're leaking in any of these exercises? Or do you feel any kind of pelvic floor symptoms at all as you go through this? This is something that you want to be paying attention to as you go through each of these exercises. I'm going to show you what they are. I'm going to cue you and what you want to be looking out for, but otherwise you're going to test and try this on your own. Now, again, there is no rush back to running postpartum. I did not start myself until 6 months postpartum. So recently did I just start running again, but I am not a runner. So this is something that I have taken on to challenge myself. But for those who are so eager to get back to running, I understand that it could be hard to wait. I'm going to encourage you to wait till at least 12 weeks postpartum. Not that 6-week mark, 12 weeks postpartum. Do strengthening, do core and pelvic floor, see a pelvic floor therapist, and really rebuild this connection and this foundation so that you're ready to get back into running. Now let's go over those 7 exercises. So the first one is a single leg calf raise. So I'm going to use a wall for support and you're coming onto a single leg. Something that you want to be looking out for is full range of motion. So you are going all the way up, all the way down. All the way up. We're not just doing 20 heel taps, but we're actually going full range of motion. And one thing that you want to pay attention to, I'm going to do it with double leg since I don't have support, is that you're staying right over the ball of the big toe as you come up. We're not falling out and your ankle is not coming out. That's a sign of lack of control. Okay. So you are staying directly over the ball of the foot, going as high as you can and coming all the way down on both sides. You're able to achieve 20. Again, we're looking for pain, heaviness, dragging, unable to do it, leaking. Any of these symptoms can be an indicator that we're not quite ready for a long-term run. The next one is a single leg sit to stand. So I'm going to have a surface behind me that's quite low. So you're challenging yourself, and I'm going to sit down and I'm going to stand up, and you're doing 10 of these on each leg. Now, what you're looking for in a single leg sit to stand is that your knee isn't just collapsing in and your hip isn't just popping out to the side. So those are both signs that we have a lack of control around this hip and core area. Okay. So I want to see that good pelvic control coming down and coming up, and I'm strong and I'm able to do it 10 times on each side. Next one is a single leg balance, but not just any balance. I am going to close my eyes and I'm going to try to balance on a single leg for 10 seconds. Now, something I want to look out for is that you're not using your hands a lot and really like losing that balance and that control as you're doing it. You have a soft bend in the knee, and you can feel from your foot all the way up your leg into your pelvic region and your core. Everything is starting to work. You're breathing as you're doing it. So 10-second hold without a lot of wobbles and without any of those pain and symptoms. Next, we're looking for just jogging. So jogging on the spot for 60 seconds. What does it feel like if I'm just jogging? Okay, so thinking of I'm using those hip flexors, I'm getting those knees to rise, and I'm just jogging here for 60 seconds. Again, I'm looking for pain, heaviness, leaking, any of those pelvic floor symptoms that are popping out at you. Then forward bounce. I don't have a ton of room, but you're doing 10 on each side. And what we're kind of looking for is we want to bound and catch our balance, bound, catch our balance, okay? And we're doing 10 on each side. So again, it's kind of going at a diagonal, so not straight ahead, but at a diagonal, hold and balance, at a diagonal, hold and balance. And I really want to bound onto that leg. So push off the foot, hold and balance before you do it again. Do I lose a lot of control? Am I not able to land? Do I feel like I have to hold my breath? Or do I feel some of those pelvic floor symptoms popping up? Now, super important for impact is just being able to hop on a single leg. So can I do 10 hops on each side, again, without feeling any pain, heaviness, weakness, or leaking on each side? And the last one that I'm not going to show you, but it's going for a run for about 100 meters at 80% effort. So basically a sprint here, and you're trying to go as like almost to that 100%. So we're right below it. We're going about 80%. 100 meters. So if you live in a neighborhood, you're thinking about 7 to 8 houses. Or if you have a tracking app, you're thinking you're going for 0.062 miles. So something that's kind of getting us to that like length of a football field almost. And we're going pretty max effort. And again, we're assessing, can I even go max effort? Do I feel pain anywhere along the body? What needs to be worked on? Am I feeling heaviness, dragging, or leaking pelvic floor symptoms? Now, if you're feeling these pelvic floor symptoms, if you don't feel ready to get back, we have a pelvic floor foundations course. This is a 2-week course that is purely based on assessment and then exercise that you can do to help. So we're looking at posture, because posture plays a huge role in how we're communicating to our pelvic health. Our breath, again, such a huge player in this. Relaxation, the ability to relax and reduce tension, lengthen our pelvic floor prior to coordination and strengthening. So we go through so much, and I've really helped a lot of women be able to get back to running without wearing pads and without leaking. So if this is something that you need to work on, that foundation and rebuilding that strength, this is something I'd highly recommend. I also go over the breath pattern and cues when it comes to running, when it comes to exercise, if you're feeling symptoms. So you can actually use a discount code, and I'll have that linked up so that you can get a little discount and get into pelvic floor foundations. Don't forget, if you love what you're learning, I have so much more in stock for you. So hit that subscribe button, check out the other videos I've done in the past, and leave any comments of any suggestions that you have for videos in the future. And I can't wait to help you feel incredible and amazing within your body.